can really agree how saturated this topic is, right? Like, there's millions upon millions on videos about what I'm about to do. But look, I don't care. Superhero movies are golden, bro. Yeah, ever since I was a kid, bro, superhero movies has been one of the greatest things to ever exist on this planet. And like, oh my gosh, I'm not just talking live actions, I'm talking about animated too. So let me just cook up the wildest takes and tell you why I picked the movies on this list. Look, it's not like our usual bot list I be seeing online, bro. It's actually one of one and it's clean. I got my reasons, bro. So boom, the first movie on this list, Batman Beyond: Return to Joker. This movie was goated from beginning to end. We have old man Bruce, who is still washed, but do not let the wash fool you. He can still drop you off. He is still Batman at the end of the day. But hence why the reason he's washed, he found a successor in Terry McGinnis, which is a very goated successor, by the way. Like, there's no other successor like it.
Stop the cap.
You take on these new foes, not like the old foes of Gotham. Terry's Batman, he's cooling, like he got the gist of it. And then, right, the way it was revealed that Joker returned was elite. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Your biggest op returning after what, over 25 years? The laugh was crazy. And I know Bruce was just like, I know that's not who I think it is. And he got revealed. Yo, Bruce was spooked. But look, bro, like, peep game. If you watched the movie, you saw the backstory. This dude, Bruce, saw him get boom. So he's like, there's no way. But he was, and it was goated. This is a really passive the torch moment, because how can you say you Batman without facing his biggest op, which is Joker? So this is the best way to really do it for real. And like, the way he came back was very saucy, because it goes back to Tim Drake and how Tim Drake was tortured and how he was traumatized and became Joker Jr. And like the way that Tim Drake boomed Joker, but at the same time, he put his consciousness in a chip in the back of Tim's neck. So when it was revealed that Tim Drake is actually Joker, bro, the reveal, it spooked me to the core. He turned red, his skin was getting pale. I was like, there's no way. Bro, even Bruce was like, oh my gosh. Bro, it's crazy. Terry was fighting so many villains around this time, but it is crazy that as soon as the Joker spins back, Bruce automatically says,
yeah, this is not in your league, gang.
And the way Joker came back, he was still on time the entire time. He wanted to boom the entire city of Neo Gotham. And I like how the backstory of the different POVs, like we see Barbara Gordon, she's commissioner now, and how it looked like Harley Quinn was dead, but turns out Harley Quinn is I think the grandmother of Dee Dee. Copy. I didn't even know that till the end of the movie, which was fire. And then of course, like, Terry defeated Joker. He's Batman. The only thing I can say is, where's Dick Grayson this entire time? Of course he wasn't in the movie. His disappearance spoke so many volumes. But hey, 10 out of 10. Next movie on this list, Incredibles. I told y'all, bro, I'm going all over the place for this. Look, The Incredibles was a I almost said incredible twice. You see what I did there? Okay, I'm sorry. This is one of the greatest superhero movies of all time. I mean that. They took the superhero concept, flipped it on its head, and took things from there that could be very realistic. For example, the reason why they did the superhero law in that movie is because of collateral damage and people getting injured due to that collateral damage. Even though Mr. Incredible did save those people, bro, collateral damage is real. You know how mad I'll be if I went off my 9 to 5, I walk outside, Superman is fighting Brainiac or something, he drew my forward focus. I'll be tight too. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I wouldn't want to write a law about it. I just hope I'll have insurance, but that's just another thing. And then we cut to 15 years later. Mr. Incredible is with his family, like he's working a 9 to 5 in an office. He just wanted to save people for the love of the game. Hence why he works with Mr. Freeze. I said Mr. Freeze. Can I lock in? Hence why he works with Frozone and does vigilante work illegally. He missed being a superhero. We see how it affects him. Like, it's like a realistic standpoint and a superhero standpoint. It's kind of weird. The connection is there though. But I really love the dark shift tone in this movie, because imagine coming from, okay, Bob is back as a superhero, but this time he's getting paid and he's happy with his family, but he's low-key lying on the low because he's supposed to be working for the insurance company. But like, that's besides the point. He's getting bread and he's becoming a superhero. Like, that's 2 and 2. Imagine doing what I love for money. And then it becomes about how the person who used to idolize and worship became the biggest op for you. Syndrome is a crazy like result of all that. Like, he was a person who loved Mr. Incredible, who loved who he was and wanted to be a sidekick, but like he got rejected, and that led him to crash out, become a person who would now kill and create robots, killing all the superheroes across, killing all of Bob's friends. And then not only that, like, he wants to become a superhero, I guess, but do it in a self-sufficient way, because he's gonna make the robots destroy the city, probably killing some people in the process, because he does not care, and make himself look like a superhero. And this dude is literally insane. It comes down to the topic of like, you shouldn't worship people, like you shouldn't idolize people so deep to the point that the single time they let you down, you become a crash out. Like, he killed all of Bob's friends. That reveal was literally disgusting. Most of them, like, I want to say 90%. Thank God Frozone was still alive though. He the coolest out of all of them. But like, to know that it was Syndrome's doing is crazy, bro. And not only that, but like, it brought Elastigirl out of retirement too, and made a family debut for everyone as Violet, Dash, even Jack made a superhero debut. And that was a great way to introduce the other family members with powers, because you know they use it in everyday ways, but they didn't do it in a superhero way. And like, I love how the Incredibles really mirror the Fantastic Four. The Thing is literally Mr. Incredible, Sue Storm is literally Violet, Dash is Barry Allen for some reason that has nothing to do with the Fantastic Four, and lastly Elastigirl is literally Reed Richards. And literally the compy costumes from Edna, and Edna as a character is goated. But man, this movie was like fire. Like, of course it's fire, it's flames, dude. But the real question is, did they go 2 for 2? And maybe, I guess. The thing is, Incredibles 2 was cool. It's not Incredibles 1, and they're making an Incredibles 3. I just hope Incredibles 3 has a time skip. But anywho, on to the next one. So next movie on this list is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Nah, come on, bro. This is really one of the greatest MCU movies of all time, bro. Oh my gosh. Like, okay, bro. Before this movie, Cap was a C-tier hero to me. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I just knew Cap as the guy from Marvel vs. Capcom, bro. Like, of course I saw him in the older movies beforehand, but bro, dude, this took Cap to a whole different level. And I'm being so serious right now. And it's insane how one of the biggest defense forces they have in that world, SHIELD, is literally one of the main victims of having so many Hydra undercover agents. Like, it's insane. Like, everyone and their mama was Hydra in that movie. Steve was frozen over 70 years. Dang. Everything that you love is now gone for real. Or at least like old as dust, dude. But it's revealed that your best friend, who you thought was dead, was literally manipulated and like violated in the worst way, and was hypnotized to be one of the biggest Hydra agents ever. And you had to fight him the entire time, like in the hands in this movie. Knife scene on the highway gonna get me every time. The elevator scene.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Come on, that's clean. Even at the beginning of the movie, he was like, bro, you ain't nothing without that shield for real. Steve was literally like, okay, we'll see about that. Like, he was boxing the entire movie in and out, bro. And like, this is another whole thing. Winter Soldier was one of those movies that really affected the MCU on the hero side, and it impacted them heavy, right? Imagine your man's, right? Iron Man. We're gonna talk about Iron Man. Imagine your man's Iron Man, bro. You riding, you a hero side by side with him, bro. It is revealed now that your other man's Winter Soldier, aka Bucky, is still alive this entire time. And it's now more revealed that he is the same dude who killed your man's parents. And now both your man's boxing. Bro, I will be split like Cap too. Because at the same time though, like, Bucky was manipulated. Obviously, he was not in the right state of mind. It wasn't his fault. At the same time though, Iron Man's like, I don't care. He killed my mother. Like what? Like, come on. And the whole events of Civil War got affected. And it's crazy because that is only one piece of the puzzle of why Civil War happened. I'm gonna get back into that. But bro, this movie was incredible. Of course, Falcon was there. That was cool. Black Widow had a part of it. Nick Fury had a part of it. This movie was straight action the entire time. That's why I love it, bro. And it made me have deeper respect for Captain America. On to the next. So next one we have is Avengers Age of Ultron. Oh, look, let me tell you something. This is literally my favorite MCU movie of all time, and people literally don't give Age of Ultron enough credit. It took what happened in New York for Tony and flipped it on his head, especially from Iron Man 3, because like now Tony wanted to really, in his world perspective, protect the world in the best way possible, which is like quote unquote a suit of armor around the world. And that's what Ultron was. He was a protective AI program that went corrupt and cooked because he saw how the humans were. So the only thing that Ultron saw that was rational in this entire thing was human extinction. He saw the entire internet, the entire history of the human race. It said, oh man, yeah, y'all gotta go. I don't blame him. I know, bro. I love how throughout the movie you can see the cracks and the imperfections of the Avengers in this movie. Obviously, Iron Man made Ultron from Captain America's ideals. Thor was ready to be off-world. Bruce and Natasha wanted to leave all this behind. Hawkeye literally had a family. He wanted to retire. And how everyone was literally on their breaking point. You can tell everyone was at the breaking point. And that really unfolded when they first fought Ultron, how they fought Wanda and Quicksilver. Side note, I really love how they did Quicksilver and Wanda in the MCU. Well, this really Wanda, to be honest. The way they use Quicksilver, not that much. Even though they're more X-Men like characters, the way they use Wanda in the MCU was really good until Multiverse of Madness. I have no idea what they were on. And I love how Vision was introduced because it just came from a good balanced perspective of how he sees the human life in the human world and more of a less corrupt perspective than Ultron, that yes, humans are at fault, but they can rebuild. Vision see that these humans can rebuild. Ultron didn't see that. He said, yeah, y'all are cooked. So, and not only that, you can see the foreshadow through the vision of Thor with the Infinity Stones. That was really cool. That was a whole bigger plot, more than it's supposed to be. And literally the entire battle of Sokovia happened. Sokovia was fire. And again, a big moving point. Just how Winter Soldier was. Age of Ultron also played a huge part in Civil War, just because the #1 Captain America and Iron Man's all deals in the Winter Soldier and the Sokovia Accords. Because of the battle of Sokovia, it was so many moving pieces. And of course, Hall of Fame instigator Zemo. Like, wow, it's good to see the MCU again, like the way that pieces from other movies really lead to one big movie and then it leads to another bigger movie. It's fire to see. But this movie was really a sleeper that people don't really appreciate. It's the greatest MCU movie of all time. Okay, maybe that's OD. What I said earlier, I'm gonna put my hand on your shoulder, gang. What I said was literally OD. It is a top 3 movie, but it is not #1. Okay. Another side note, I have no idea how Tony in the Hulkbuster suit went against Hulk and didn't get completely obliterated and washed. But at the same time, this is MCU Hulk we're talking about. So sadly, he was on his decline at this point anyway. So, I mean, I guess anything could happen, right? On to the next, bro. So next movie we have on this list is Batman Mask of the Phantasm. This movie is pure gas. And they did it with a little one time. An hour, 16, 15-minute movie? Who's doing that? It's a top 2 Batman movie of all time, literally. It just shows that Bruce Wayne has inevitably and will inevitably become Batman. And I love how he was just trying to put fear into the criminals. Like, he was just asking Alfred, how do I put fear into criminals? And like, it wasn't until 2 breaking points. There was 2 breaking points I see him become a Batman in this universe, in the DCAU, right? You have #1, his parents dying. Yes, that had him with vengeance. He had the vengeance in mind. But it wasn't until the love interest of Andrea that he really locked in. Because look, he didn't account himself being happy, and that's sad to me because he really fully committed himself to becoming Batman. Not even Batman, but becoming a vigilante at this point. And like how Andrea was fire, great parallel. You can see how 2 people can take vengeance. One took vengeance and wouldn't want to see it to happen to any other person. One took vengeance and like did it for themselves and got it back in blood for her dad, who got it tied in with the mob. And then you secretly see a little come up of the Joker as the Joker was in the mob the entire time, which was fire because he really wasn't the Joker, but he was still a main piece because he is the one who actually boomed Andrea's dad. Insane story, by the way. And it was symbolic. It was literally a scene where Bruce Wayne proposed to Andrea, and of course she said yes. They were a great love couple. Side note, I think Andrea is one of the greatest love interests Bruce Wayne has ever had in comics and fiction in history. I'm gonna just keep that. I'm gonna be honest with you. But the way the bats came up from, I think, like the rocks or something, was like, wow. It was inevitable for him to become Batman. It was literally signs. He definitely had love for this person. The action was incredible. It was a very dark toned movie. It was a Batman type movie. Like, if I had to sum up the movie in 3 words, it's literally ball up top. This movie was ball up top for Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne could never be happy, bro. And that's the sad reality. But hey, we still love Batman. On to the next. Okay, so now we are doing honorable mentions. These are movies movies that I think I still appreciate, but just not on that goated list on the Hall of Fame that I think other movies are on, but they still on time, and trust me. So first honorable mention on this list is Justice League Flashpoint Paradox. This was an incredible introduction to what is now the DC animated movie universe. Flash just wanted to save his mom. I would want to save my mom too. I love my mom. Shout out my mom. But nah, like to see Wonder Woman and Aquaman toxic in love, having an affair, and then at war with each other, seeing Thomas Wayne becoming Batman as Bruce died, and Martha Wayne is Joker, Superman is starved, Cyborg is still a hero, I guess, and Shazam is kind of still Billy Batson, but it's a whole group of children this time around. The differences are truly insane in this movie, and this movie still a very sad movie to bear, and it was really Reverse Flash kind of low-key manipulating Flash in the beginning of the movie to really save his mom. I don't know how Flash survived to get his powers again. That should have never happened. I'm gonna keep it a buck. He should have died right there. I don't know how he didn't die. Guess we're here. But this movie was gas, and like I like how it resetted the universe. It made the DC AMU, the Justice League War movie, and all those movies that came after it, because it was an introduction movie. And also it was during the same time the New 52 happened, so of course they were trying to promote the New 52 around this time. Fire. Great movie. Next honorable mention, The Batman. Look, I'm gonna be so honest with you. When they announced Robert Pattinson as Batman, I think it was like back in 2019, I was like, the Twilight dude becoming Batman, what he gonna do? He proved me wrong. He proved me super duper wrong. I wasn't familiar with his game, obviously, and the visuals in this movie were so sexy. Robert Pattinson got the tone of Batman. The tone of that movie was set. I love Falcone. I love the Penguin in this movie. Like a lot of vibes were meant. And the main villain
Was the Riddler.
I didn't take the Riddler serious. I mean, you had Batman Hush, but like, that's Batman Hush. But this time around, the Riddler's the serious dude. I love Catman. I said Catman. I love Catwoman in this movie too. It didn't even help that I watched this on a cloudy day, a stormy day in 2022. So like, as soon as me and my mans got out the movie, bro, we were driving in the clouds, seeing Something in the Way by Nirvana. It was fire. It was vibes, bro. If you got me feeling like that after the movie, you did something right, bro. Final honorable mention, Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo. This movie was just really crazy vibes. It was just the Teen Titans going to Tokyo to defeat a paint monster, to be honest, which was just a simple plot, bro. It was a direct home video movie that actually aired in Cartoon Network back in the day. I love the subplot of Robin and Starfire because they finally bring it to life on TV, and it was really cool to see. It was like, aww. But Robin was on time in the entire movie. He kneeing people from the skyscrapers, bro. Like, come on, dog. Like, I know y'all see those memes on Twitter, bro. Yes, he was a super powered human being. Because why is he kneeing people from skyscrapers and surviving? There's no way, bro. And then you have, you know, Beast Boy, Raven, and Cyborg being themselves. Like, it was a cool movie, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, on to the last movie on this list. This last one wasn't easy at all, honestly. This really a double feature of Doom. Intro and Across the Spider-Verse. This is a crazy masterpiece of films. You can see the love, bro. Yes, I understand you have the Sam Raimi trilogy, the duo of Amazing Spider-Man, and the trilogy of the Spider-Man home movies. Cool, I get it, but this represents Spider-Man tenfold as well. Miles Morales in this verse is a great Spider-Man, and like, I love his come up story in the first movie, bro. I love how he wasn't even meant to be Spider-Man in the first place. Get on to that later, right? Obviously. And how the hopelessness in the movie has struck as the Peter Parker in his verse died due to Kingpin, and it was tragic because Kingpin was just trying to have a family again, even though it wasn't his actual family, because it's from a whole different verse. So like, why would he even try that in the first place? I love the characters in this movie: Spider-Ham, Spider-Gwen, Peter B. Parker, the GOAT, bro, and Penny Parker. All those characters were goated, and their chemistry, they just mushed so well. And yet, bro, the mentorship of Peter B. Parker was goated, and you can see how Miles and Peter B. was really sharpening each other, bro, because not only Miles got impacted by Peter B., but Peter B. got impacted to be better in the next movie because his life got so much cooler. Like, Peter B.'s character is really slept on because it was a Spider-Man who literally is Spider-Man, but it's like tragic, you know. He fell off, he was kind of washed, you know what I'm saying? But like, redemption is still out there for him, and obviously he had that redemption, and like, that that scene where it's a leap of faith. Come on, bro. And shout out Metro. Oh my, bro, the soundtracks of these movies are goated. I love it, bro. I still listen to those to this day. But going to Across the Spider-Verse flipped it on its head. I said that multiple times in this video, but how else am I supposed to describe it? It went up tenfold. Miles has been Spider-Man for what? I think a year, 2 years at this point, bro. He was goated at his job in New York, bro, but he was stressed out to the dome. Mental was cooked, bro. Of course, it's Spider-Man. You can't be Spidey without being mentally cooked, bro. Part of the story, but not only that, but like you see how the Spider Society from Miguel is so not even spiteful of him, but they saw Miles as an anomaly that he was not supposed to be Spider-Man in the first place, even though he's one of the best of them anyway. So Miguel's a hater, number one, but like it's also warped perspective timing because like he's just the one who's trying to keep it all together. He's really trying to save the entire multiverse. And then you have Spot as a villain who obviously I didn't take serious at first, and then he became devious and on time and instantly. He said, "See you at home, Spider-Man." Wanna boom his dad, bro. Like, oh my gosh. And then the whole thing about canon events was cool and all, but like, man, like these movies are a masterpiece, bro. I love how Miles keeps getting on up. He keeps going. My favorite part in these two movies. There has been so much discouragement for Miles, and it's so relatable because in this life we can be discouraged. We can be so discouraged to the point that you want to give up, but like honestly, bro, get back up, keep going. Simple, bro. Like you gotta keep going, bro. And everyone was chirping in his ear this entire movie, talking about how his life was supposed to go. He did his own thing, bro. Of course he crashed out. He went crazy. This movie was goated. I don't like how everyone became an op low-key because of 2099 Spider-Man, but shout out Hobie for being real and making a whole new dimension of remote for other Spider-Man to like save Miles. He's in a whole nother earth again. That's a whole different story. This next movie's gonna bang, bro. I know they taking their time. It's cool, delays after delays, but this movie's gonna cook up, bro. I can't wait. These movies is a masterpiece. I'm not gonna lie, probably still ain't doing justice, bro, but man, you can tell the love in this movie. Yeah, at the end of the day, bro, superhero movies are goated. The entire superhero genre, is it cooked? Absolutely not. This is an ongoing genre that will probably go on till I'm long dead. Honestly, the movies I picked, these are the first movies that came to Dome, to be honest. First come, first serve, I guess. Hey, bro, I'm out of here. Peace.